What's going on YouTube? Nate here. I'm bringing you another Battlefield 3 commentary. I wanted to play this one or post this one up to show you kind of how Battlefield works. As you see, it's not a huge team game, not like normal, but it's still pretty fun. I'm not sure what happened there. It's kind of a weird glitch getting in that Jeep, but I wanted to show this guy's like the worst driver too. I think I end up just hopping out because, yeah, I do, because he can't even get anywhere. So I'm like, fuck that guy. I usually don't jump in with randoms, but I was just trying to hurry up and get to one of the flags. Um, Playing with my dude A-Card, as usual, plus one of my subscribers here, Jesse Jones. He's one of my new subscribers. Dude's pretty good. We had a lot of fun that night. We played quite a few games. We went on quite a good winning streak, and then we had a small patch of losing, but it was a pretty good night all in all. But I wanted to post this up to show you how you can do well in Battlefield and not post the best KD or get a million kills. This is kind of just a game where you do the objective, kind of do some team play, kind of how Battlefield is meant to be. As you see, I don't know where my team was going. I guess they mostly all just went to B, so I figured I might as well just cap A since I'm the only one right here. And the best to get a couple flag caps right off the back so that you know, get that 50%, get them bleeding tickets. I believe there's a good amount of I switched to engineer, I believe, eventually. Right now I'm running support. But I do believe that I switched to engineer or later on in the game and start trying to blow up some tanks. I can't really remember. I guess we'll see as it goes on. But I don't know what my dude is doing there. Kind of just got blown up. Mostly, this is a huge map. I mean, when you start in the back here, you seem like you run forever. It's a fun map, but man, it is really, really open. So it's best if you. This map is really good for vehicle gameplay. Like, if you can get in a tank or a helicopter or a jet and kind of fly around or coast around, it's much more action-packed when you're running around because the flags are kind of so spread out from like A to D. It's a huge area, and you know, you've got to run so far just to cap one flag or another. So if you cap A and they're capping D, you run forever just to get there to try to pick it up. At least the B and C flags are pretty close together. I mean, they're right next to each other basically. See there, I got lost. I was just like, oh fuck, I can't. I thought there was a hole in the wall over there, but I ended up having to run around anyway. As you see, pretty much we're capping all four flags at this point. I don't know what these guys were doing. They didn't seem to really be pushing here at the beginning of the game or trying to pick up any flags. I don't know what was going on with that. You run into teams every once in a while that they pretty much just try to kill you, and they don't really do the objective or cap flags or do anything like that. I'm not sure what they were doing. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Maybe I was gonna switch classes or think about switching classes, but I guess I decided not to. As you see here, I mean, all the flags are kept. I have nothing to do, so I figure I'm gonna run back here and just try to pick them off at their spawn. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You can see the guy with the laser sight over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know if they were just AFK here in the beginning and not starting out the round, but you see it's 4 on like 6 or 5 or whatever. It's a very small group, which makes it even harder on this map because it is a large map. And you see my dude Cardinal there flying the jet around, trying to look here. I ran too far, and that fucking tank straight owned me. He ran me over. He was like, "Listen, bitch, get out of my spawn." I would have had to turn around anyway because I forgot that you can't walk all the way into their spawn like that. That it'll give you the out of map thing where if you're out of map for 10 seconds, then you automatically die. Yeah, I'm on engineer. There is tank gameplay here. I think I remember they tried to get me with this tank, and when they ran me over, so I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna blow this fucking tank up. So I think I mostly spend the rest of the map just trying to blow up tanks because I think they pretty much just stay in tanks, and I wanted to win. So you see here, I got the vehicle disabled right there, and there's a guy outside of it. I'm hoping to get this, trying to fix it up, but he hops back in before I get back there, and then I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, you know what, I need to get, I needed to destroy an enemy tank with my repair torch. I need that for my, missions, or whatever they call those things, where you do the certain things and it unlocks. I can't remember what they're called right offhand, but my objectives or whatever. One of them is to destroy an enemy vehicle with your repair torch. So I was like, screw it. I probably should have just like ran back around one of the boxes and shot some more rockets at it, but I was like, screw it, I might as well try it. Maybe they'll let it happen. But of course they didn't, and then they hopped out and I got shot. So that was kind of stupid right there, but I figured whatever. I might as well just be stupid and try to do it. What I'm probably going to end up doing is doing that objective. You see here, they're pushing up with tanks right now. I'm like, oh shit, and I basically have nowhere to go. I'm just trying to hide and get some more shots off on it. You see here, what the fuck, I don't know what the hell. They're just like knocking tanks over and going all crazy. I don't know if they were just like, the other tank was just going to let me go, because the other tank originally saw me first and he fired at me, and thankfully the tank rounds have minimal amounts of damage. I mean, you basically got to hit somebody right in the face with a tank round, which is pretty unrealistic. You really they should have a bigger radius of explosion, because I mean, if you shoot somebody with a tank round, they are going to die. But it just so happens right now it's set up so that if it's really not right next to them or right directly into them, then it pretty much just damages you and doesn't kill you. I mean, I guess it depends on the time. Sometimes it does kill you, but most of the time it just gives you a good amount of damage. And if you can get somewhere, you can usually get away from the tank because you're so small. If you can start getting in between boxes or up in a mountain or anything and running around, it's hard for the tank to follow you. Sometimes you'll have a guy who's smart and he'll hop out of the tank and chase you down and shoot you because he knows that you're pretty much damaged. So one or two small hits is going to take you out, and you know, so there's no reason to chase you with the tank. But most of the time the tanks will just let you go. It seems most of the time guys get in the tank, and once they get in they don't want to get out. I mean, if I'm in the tank, if I'm doing the Top Gun, or even if I'm driving the tank, right, you see I got fucked up right there. He was waiting for me. I should have ran around the other end. But if I'm Top Gunning, or even if I'm driving the tank, if I see a guy who's trying to get away, and I know I've pretty much destroyed him with the tank, and he's only got a little bit of health left and he's trying to get away, I will hop out and shoot him. But some people just won't do that. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. Just pulling out the wrong thing. I'm always doing that. Those directional buttons, I always forget which one is which. So I was pulling out my repair. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these tanks are everywhere. I'm like, let me get the hell out of here. You see, they pretty much, these two tanks, and they pretty much, I don't think they make it in too far. I think they get the D and the C flag, and I think that's about all they end up getting. I mean, I don't have too much to cap. I'm just trying to blow up these tanks and, like, keep them pushed back here to D and be able to cap D back whenever we can get rid of their tanks, because, I mean, at this point, they don't do anything but sit in these tanks waiting to try to cap flags, and they seem to even have troubles doing that. I mean, we had enough guys here. You see I got the vehicle disabled right there, and the kill assist, so we have somebody else over there. I got the destroy right there. But I think basically me and Jesse and see I got stabbed right there. I don't know where that guy came from. He's probably one of the guys out of the tank. He was probably smart enough to actually hop out and attack me, because I was just hidden in those boxes and I was able to pop in and out and shoot the tanks. But you see, we pretty much have them held to D. I mean, I think they might eventually push to C if I remember right, but with the spawn beacon right there and the flag so close from the C to the D flag, I mean, we pretty much are right there, and we can. I missed with that one. That was a sucky shot. I should have shot a little bit higher. But you see they're over there repairing it. And then this guy here, I was like, oh fuck, I'm dead. I couldn't believe I got that guy. I got so lucky just pulling out and hip firing, because I was on that freaking rocket. And then there's another guy right here. I'm like, Jesus, they're everywhere. They're in and out of the tank repairing it. But I'm just glad we have them push back. I mean, this is what if you don't have flags to cap, I mean, and you know, you're pretty much winning. At least do what you still can do to help the team. I mean, try to hold them in their spawn or hold them at one flag. Let them have that one flag that they've capped and hold them at it. I mean, oh, this is fun. This is always sweet when you get the spawn beacon and you parachute down. I mean, sometimes it sucks because you get parachuted down into like the worst area. But for the most part, it's pretty freaking fun too, and pretty sweet that they added that in that you parachute down. Well, not added in, it was in previous battlefields, but I think it's a nice little touch that you don't just spawn right there on the ground. That they actually have you parachute in like you were dropped from a plane onto the spawn beacon. But yeah, I mean, at least do something. I mean, I know that there's not always flags to cap, but try to kill guys. And if you don't see guys, like here, I think is where they pick up the C flag. But, you know, if there are in tanks, I mean, throw your engineer class on and shoot some rockets at it. I mean, you see here, I've got 3 or 4 vehicle disables just from, you know, trying to hold these tanks back. I mean, because it's pretty much all that we have to do is shoot these tanks. I don't know how that didn't get destroyed right there. That was ridiculous. And here's this guy. Another guy smart enough to get out of the tank. I probably should have been expecting that there, but I was hoping to be able to get the vehicle disabled before they got the tank repaired. So I was basically trying to just get the tank blown up before they repaired it, so that they had to go back to their base and pick up a new tank before anything. And this guy, I don't know how he didn't see me. I was like, what the fuck? How does he not see me? And then you see I shot and missed there, and he still didn't seem to see me. I do not know how. I mean, then the fucking tank is right there. But I was shooting like everywhere around that guy. The guy looked directly at me as he was shooting the other guy, and I just got really lucky there. It's one of my. I think I only get like 3 kills this round. I think I end up like 3 and 9 or something like that. But I'm still, you know, get a decent amount of points just from blowing up tanks. And you see here that sucked because I spawned right in front of that tank, and it was just waiting for me. But I did get the guy who was underneath repairing it, which was what my plan was. I was hoping to be able to basically get the guy so that, you know, he couldn't repair the tank. It was getting kind of frustrating. It was kind of a long, boring round in a way, because you know, you're just basically no flags to cap, not really seeing any guys. It's just guys and tanks. I mean, I guess they got to do what they got to do to try to cap flags, but it can make a long, frustrating round when you don't have too much going on. And it didn't help that the teams weren't very big, and also the guys that were on the other team seemed to just be like unorganized. Like they had no clue what was going on. Like this was the first time that they ever played Battlefield or something. But it does make it kind of frustrating. You see my guy tries to run me over there just being a dick. We had a good laugh about that. We were pretty much had nothing to do at this point. We were just trying to get tanks and get guys, so we were just screwing around. And this guy I never could figure out where he was from. He was like shooting at me, he was shooting at my dude, and we were looking around for him, and I seen the tracer bullet for a second, but I don't know where it went. And I probably could have freaking shot that tank sooner. I didn't realize I hadn't reloaded that before I switched over. I think I was just so worried. That was sweet there. I got the explosive destroy. But I think I was just so worried about the dude shooting me and where the hell he was shooting me from that I forgot to reload. The round ended there. I was almost had the flag cap. I got picked up that 1 extra death on that tank. But you see, we pretty much dominated him. And you can see here, I go 3 and 8, but I still end up, I believe, what was it, MVP 2 or 3 right there, just from trying to destroy tanks and capping the few flags that I could cap. And we got a squad ribbon because we beasted it up. But yeah, I got MVP too, just destroying tanks. So it just goes to show you guys, even if you don't kill a lot of people, you can still help your team out a lot just by doing the objectives and trying to hold them back and pulling out the engineer class if they're tanks, or doing whatever you've got to do to kind of, you know, just push the round on, even though you know, they've not given you much choice in what you're doing when there's not a lot of guys, or they're just not playing that well, or they're only sitting in tanks and you've got all flags cap and you're dominating. But that's it for me. I kind of let the commentary run long, but I'll check you guys later. Peace.